All right.
So I'm done.
Y'all be surprised. I just got a text. I don't know if y'all can see it. I just got a text from something right there. They said, "Who do you plan on voting for? Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, other unsure." I put that neither one of them. But anyway, I think that she did touch on policy a teeny bit, but I kind of agree with Mr. James and Mr. Blue. There wasn't no specifics. Okay, while it's fresh in memory,
Did she give policy about? Did she give any foreign policy? You tell me. Did you hear any foreign policy?
I didn't hear no specifics from neither one of them. I'm gonna keep it real.
Did you hear anything about foreign policy?
No. Just the mention of it. Nothing about exactly what they was gonna do. But Mr. James, what you said you had a burning or strong point? Go ahead, let's get it.
No, that one. What I want to know is if the president doesn't have any influence at all, then what good are they?
Nobody said they don't have influence at all. When it comes to interest rates, the Fed does interest rates.
She can't do anything about it, about the inflation.
When it comes to
that's what you said.
Hold on, Coach. Hold on, Coach. I'm gonna let you rebut. Go ahead, Mr. James.
Well, I'm just saying nothing. I mean, they don't have any influence on what the Fed does, and nothing like that. Although I remember that people like LBJ, strong people, would take people golfing, and next thing you know, things were changing.
What do you?
So,
do you think
you can't do that?
Do you think that Trump has more influence on the flow of the government versus Kamala?
I don't know. I'm not going to. I don't defend him either, because I'm with people. I'm not voting for either one of them. It's just period. I haven't voted for a president since 2016 because it's all nonsense now. I mean, if you didn't want Trump, you had a perfect opportunity in 2016 to get rid of him. But the Democrats have their own agenda. They don't care about you any more than the Republicans do. Amen. Because if every poll said, and I take a step back, go back to 2016. Every poll said Bernie Sanders was beating everybody by double digits. What's her name? Clinton.
Hillary
was beating people by 2 points and losing to Trump by 10. But the Democrats, and I used to be an MSNBC junkie. I stopped watching them people in 2016 because they were pushing you to vote for Clinton, and nobody wanted her. Bernie would have been president for two terms, and I'm not saying I'm not defending Bernie either, but it would have been a better choice, and you would not have had Trump. It's all a big game, and I'm tired of the game because they're playing with my life. My parents, my grandparents, they all are dead with no change in their life. I'm tired of you messing with me, and I'm not going to take it. In my little humble little way, I'm not taking this crap from you anymore. And I'm letting everybody know. And it's and it's not necessarily at the good of my career, because Hollywood is full of these fake pieces of crap who are too chicken. Had it not been for people like Bill Russell, who had some kind of kahunas, Jim Brown, look at the athletes we have now. They take no stand. They don't say anything. And let me just segue quickly into what I was talking about, my burning thing. When that woman looked in the camera and said, "I'm not doing nothing for black people."
She didn't say that.
What did she say? What did she say? She said, "I'm not doing anything for black people specifically." Now, look that up if you don't believe it.
She said, "I'm not doing."
I didn't even hear that.
I'm not
Everyone
doing
looked at
things
him and
only
said,
for black
I'm
people.
not doing anything specifically for black people, period.
You said I'm not doing things only for black people, and she shouldn't. If you're president,
man,
you're
come
for
on.
everybody.
That's nonsense. Come on, Michael.
That's
Nonsense.
I watched it today.
Because everybody has been specifically for everybody else, from the gay people, for immigrants.
Why do you think she would say something like that? Why do you think she would say somebody manipulated a text, which was not what she said? I'll listen to the words she said. When the lady was trying to press her about,
I wish you could pull it up so you can see that.
I watched it.
What I seen and heard, she said, "I'm not doing anything just for black people, only black people." She said, "I'm doing it for the whole nation."
Okay, all right. So just for black people. Why don't you say the same thing about gay people? Why don't you say all that money? She's not doing anything for me.
She's doing things for all people. That's the whole point. It's for everyone.
What's gay people's rights got to do with me? What's Asian rights got to do with me? What's immigrants' rights got to do with me? You're doing that specifically just for them. That nonsense about the rising tide lifts all boats. If I ain't got no damn boat, I'm drowning. Get the hell up out of here with that nonsense.
I want to say this too. For 93 years, our people have been supporting the Democratic Party, and nothing has changed. Nothing. And as a matter of fact, it's getting worse. Keiana, what was your burning? You already gave it to me.
I've been raising his hand.
Yeah, you already gave it to me. Sam, you got a point, Sam?
Yeah, well, I guess what I was given was a rebuttal to what Michael said, as far as like Kamala explained her point, especially on fracking. I watched the debate maybe 4 times halfway through today, because I listen to what people say, and I look at the history and how he explained how she may have changed her ideal or how she did everything about fracking. She didn't say nothing during the debate. She just went into opportunity economy. And then she spoke about giving not money, but giving tax breaks to small businesses for $50,000, tax credits. Now, anybody that owns a small business knows that in order to get a tax credit of $50,000, you have to make a whole lot of money to get that. And I have started small businesses. A lot of my friends have started small businesses, and seldom that have I seen someone within year 1 through 3 make a lot of profit. And with the first, the homeowner assistance, the $25K, that's a tax credit. Now they're giving money, like they voted on SB 1840 in California to give illegal immigrants $150,000 cash. SB 1840. Not a tax credit, cash for down payments. So if she's offering to give young people or first-time buyers $25K as a tax credit, a lot of people don't realize how much money you have to make to pay out more than $25,000 in taxes. You have to make almost $100K a year at least to get a tax credit of $25,000. So it's a lot of things that was said, and I think that's what a lot of independents, a lot of unaffiliated voters like myself, that's what we were listening for. Like, we wasn't watching the debate to see how they can dig into Trump. We wasn't watching to see him belittle Kamala Harris. We were listening. The debate was supposed to be for independent and unaffiliated voters, because that's the largest voting bloc now in the U.S. So that's what it was supposed to be for. And everyone I spoke to didn't hear anything close. I understand Michael gave his synopsis of what he felt, But that's what we need Kamala Harris to say. But she's avoided the press. She avoided interviews. She's done all this to avoid when she's had all this time to explain why she switched. J.D. Vance, the vice president, explained why he switched. He used to be a never Trumper. He said he believed the media. He believed all that. And they're like, well, how do you support him now? He's like, because this is America. We can change our minds. But what he did was he explained why he changed his mind. He said he liked his policies. He saw how his policies did. He specifically stated the policies that made him change his mind. So that's what we were listening for Kamala to say.
He didn't know those policies he didn't know those policies when he was against Trump.
Trump had not been president, so how could he know his policies?
Oh, he just started. I'm just
hold on.
For my clarification, are you saying he just started liking Trump?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe.
If you want to moderate the podcast,
no.
Go ahead,
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that he felt like Trump was an opponent, adversary to him, because I think he had intentions of running for president and climbing up that ladder himself. And then when he found out that he wasn't powerful enough, I think he tag teamed. That's my personal opinion. I don't have no proof of that, but I feel that's what really happened. But okay, we lost Keiana. Okay, now how can any one of you guys explain the 14% surge in the polls, even though we know that the polls are not accurate precisely? The 14% surge leaning toward Trump from the Latino community and foreigners. Let's start with you, Mr. James.
Well, and it's true, but polls are not accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another one of those things that gets under my skin. It's like every time we turn around, black men get the blame for why didn't black men vote for Clinton? Why didn't black men do this? Why didn't black men do that? Whereas Asian people are over 50% Republicans. Immigrants, Latinos are over 50%. Look at Florida. They're over 50% Republican. But nobody wants to put the blame on them. It's always on black men. Black. When what's his name? Biden decided he wasn't going to run. When they made that announcement, I was listening to the news. Within a half hour, the news people were saying, "Well, she doesn't have to worry about the black women's vote. She's already got it." How dare you say? How dare you take black women like that and take them for granted?
Agree with that.
Without asking, nothing. We get nothing in return. And it's the world changed. Abraham Lincoln was Republican. So throughout all the years, all of a sudden things flipped to the Democrats because of certain things that were happening in the South.
Yeah.
So we can flip again. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying don't just listen to them. Demand from them what they're going to do for you.
As your leader.
That's all. That's the most important thing to me ever. I'm too old. I can't sit here and wait for them to decide, master, to give me a little piece of bread. I'm not doing it anymore. And Michael, that's why I get passionate about that particular thing.
I feel you on that.
Talk to me. Talk to me. I have all my life. I have given you what you wanted, and you have never given me a slice of bread. I'm done.
Powerful.
And I don't care who knows it. I don't care who doesn't like it. I'm done.
Keiana, the question was, I know you had went out. The question was, how can you explain the 14% surge from minorities, specifically Latinos, after the debate?
I don't actually have a clear. I don't actually have a good way to explain that. So I'll leave that to someone who has that information. But I know on the last topic that we were speaking on before I had went out, I did want to rebut. So if that's okay.
Go ahead.
So I know with what Mr. Blue had said about it, if you're independent or not affiliated, this was kind of the debate that was going to help you see where you're going to be at. With Kamala, I remember her saying that she was not going to stop fracking in Pennsylvania. Now, the more I was looking into fracking and some of the benefits and the downfalls to it, fracking can actually cause problems with our water consumption, groundwater contamination, just so many different things. It can also alter just the amount of water that it uses. It's about 13 million gallons of water that it takes just to do one extraction to get down into the ground to get that oil. So that's a lot that's going on with fracking as well. But she did say that she was against it. But in this debate, she said she was not going to stop it. So that's her right there, not being solid on what she says she stands for. She also, for 12 years, she was against that for 12 years. And then she was also against defunding the police. But then she kept giving them kudos in the debate. Also, I noticed, like Mr. Blue said, that she didn't really tell us how she was going to move forward with the assistance and people and small businesses, or however the wording was. But I know she had touched on for entrepreneurs, because of the woman that helped her when she was younger. She wanted to do a $50,000 deduction for entrepreneurs, which I thought was okay because I am a small business. But it didn't give me, that was the only thing that I guess I liked about the debate on her part when she said that.
Okay.
I just wanted to say something real quick. What she said about, you said that you thought she mentioned the 25K or the 50K for the small business owners. There's a difference between a tax credit and a tax deduction. She's saying a tax credit, which you have to receive a tax credit, you have to pay out that much or more in tax.
That's what I went out on. Okay.
So that's the difference between tax deduction and tax credit. To receive a tax credit, you have, like, if you want to get solar panels, the solar panels are $30,000. They said, well, you'll get a 30% tax credit, when you file your taxes. Well, guess what? If you file your taxes and you only paid out $10,000 in taxes, guess what? You're only going to get $5,000 back from that solar installation. That's why I think we need to educate our community more on the actual verbiage that all politicians use. Because I tell people, when someone gets a PhD, for example, in education, not medical, the gift that they should have with getting that is to be able to break down something complex to something that someone with a 5th, 6th grade education can understand. When I see someone in front of me and they begin to use complex verbiage, they try to make things confusing, I associate that with deception. So if she had explained in interviews prior leading up to the debate what she meant by that, again, I think she would have moved the needle on independence. And that was that. But everything, I definitely agree with everything you said. I wasn't sure if you knew, you understood the tax credit versus deduction.
Thank you so much.
Good point. That's a good point.
Those are things that everybody needs to be educated on, Sam, including myself. Thank you for explaining that, because that makes all the difference in the
deductions,
world in
tax
my mind.
credits, and then
Big difference. Big difference. You got to spend a whole.
And that's what I meant about.
You got to spend a whole lot.
Well, that's
more
what I meant
to
about
get the credit.
first-time home buyer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, a first-time home buyer may not have that.
Okay, so
Okay, Coach Buie. Coach Buie,
yeah, I just want you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
Did you hear that?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
On God,
Okay. Hey, Coach Buie.
Could I speak on that clip?
Sam, hold on,
so
Sam.
why the surge after the debate?
Yeah,
I didn't answer that question.
Huh?
It won't take long. Why the surge after the debate? Because Trump looked like an idiot and she looked like somebody had some sense. That's why.
Trump received the surge, not her.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
That's not what I saw.